Good evening. My name is Greg Mazaris. I am Director of Austin Water. I'm here to provide an update on a boil water notice that we issued today. So earlier in the day, our Ulrich water treatment plant experienced a treatment process upset that resulted in a short-term turbidity spike. Turbidity is a measurement of clarity of the water, and it's a highly regulated part of the water industry. And when we experience a turbidity spike, we need to consult with the regulatory agencies, TCQ. We did that throughout the day and ultimately arrived at a decision that we had to issue a boil water notice, which we did today. This was an internal process at the plant. This was not caused by anything in the river itself. This was internal process water that created this turbidity spike. Our other systems at the plant were functioning well that day, particularly our disinfection systems. So our chlorine systems, we feel this is a low-risk event, but nonetheless, it is a mandatory boil water notice for the city that we're working through today. A couple other comments. Our Ulrich plant, we're going through the process of cleaning it and getting ready to restart. Whenever we're down a treatment plant, we always issue mandatory conservation. We want people to use water wisely and wherever they can minimize water use until we get through this event. Also, we're standing up some bottled water distribution areas. There'll be many tomorrow, but we have two that will be available tonight. One will be at our Glen Bell Service Center, located at 3907 South Industrial. And we also have a service center distribution of bottled water north at our 901 West Koenig Service Center. So those are our first two bottled water distribution. We also have a potable water truck there if you have larger things you want to bring and fill up, and then many more distributions tomorrow on bottled water. So again, boil water notice for probably about the next 2 days. We'll be working with TCQ on clearing that and working to encourage everyone to conserve water and assisting the community with bottled water distribution during this event. And that concludes my statements.
Can you take a couple of questions? Can you explain the internal treatment process for people that don't know?
Sure. At our plants, we have 3 plants. Our Ulrich plant is our largest plant, and when we take raw water out of the river and we turn it into drinking water quality water, that's a treatment process. It goes through several steps of adding chemicals to settle out different parts of the water, clarify the water. It goes through filters. One of the processes is clarification, our treatment basins, and we had a treatment upset event there that led to a turbidity spike. We're still evaluating what caused that. Again, this wasn't from the river water itself. It was not electrical. This was some kind of operational upset that we're going to work to try to understand what happened.
And just to clarify, you don't believe this had anything to do with the winter weather?
This did not have to do with the winter storm. We were through that event, and actually we were feeling pretty celebratory that everything went well, and then today we had this event. So just kind of coincidental that the two arrived near each other, but nothing suggests that this is related to the winter storm.
Okay. I know a couple months back we did a story with you guys about a new polymer treatment that you were putting into the plant. Can you kind of speak to how that's going?
We do have an operational polymer system that was designed to treat high turbidity in the river. But this was not a river event. This was an internal process event, so really did not involve the polymer system at all.
For those who may have like water pitchers in the fridge, that they may have pulled out of the tap previously, at what point would you say that the water would be questionable or not used?
Well, really encourage people to err on the side of safety. If they have water that was drawn and they want to pour it out and wait till this boil water order clears, really encourage that. Again, we have no indication that there's a contamination. This was a very short-term event, internal process water, very low risk. But regulations are regulations, and we have to do this boil water notice and really encourage people to treat it seriously. That's why the regs are there, and take the appropriate steps.
well. If you have additional questions, you can send them to our office, and we'll be glad to provide responses.
Thank you all.